Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Ellie Rutledge Silver with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Last night, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals unanimously denied to the Department of Justice emergency motion for a stay, maintaining the suspension of President Trump's immigration order banning Muslims and refugees. Here to share details is Greg Chen, Director of Advocacy at AILA. Greg, thanks for joining me. What does this decision say?
Last night's unanimous ruling by the Ninth Circuit Federal Court of Appeals is an incredible win, not only for the fight to protect immigrants' rights, but also to uphold the Constitution and our nation's most cherished values. The week preceding, a federal district court in Washington had issued a TRO preventing the Trump administration from implementing its Muslim and refugee ban. The Trump administration immediately appealed that to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. That was done before the district court had actually had the opportunity to receive evidence and conduct a hearing on the issue. So the Ninth Circuit heard oral argument on a rapid schedule earlier this week and issued a 29-page decision last night that unanimously rejected the Trump administration's appeal. On standing, the court said there is ample evidence that if this order were allowed to be implemented, there would likely be harm to the states, to students and universities, to families and businesses. More risk here are fundamental concerns of violations of the Constitution that the states allege, including violations of the First Amendment under the Establishment Clause, under the Fifth Amendment due process and equal protection clauses, and also under federal law. What is striking here is that there is already real motive and intent that the states have alleged with respect to the intent to discriminate. And here we really mean Donald Trump's specific statements that he would shut down immigration of Muslims to the United States, as well as in the order, the clear preference stated for Christians over other religions. Now, that kind of religious discrimination is certainly what the Constitution will not tolerate, nor do I think people in this country, in our nation, would tolerate that kind of discrimination.
Thanks, Greg. The Trump administration has argued that the order was necessary for national security. What did the court say?
The government's entire claim is based on national security. And the Trump administration lawyer even went so far as to say that the court has no authority to review the order based on national security, even if the order violates the Constitution. The court flatly rejected this claim. In addition, several of the judges were clearly concerned that there wasn't evidence that the Trump administration could provide about why they had chosen and designated these 7 countries in particular. And one of the judges noted that there was no evidence of any kind of terrorist attack on U.S. soil committed by a national of those 7 designated countries, and that the government hadn't made out that fact at all. This just points to the lack of organization, the ill-conceived nature of this order by the Trump administration. And in fact, the court pointed out in its opinion that it couldn't give deference to the interpretations of the order given by the White House counsel because there had been so many shifting interpretations. So in rejecting this appeal, the court concluded that the Trump administration is not likely to prevail on its claim and noted that the states have made out a viable due process claim. And that's critical here because that means the court is taking note of the possible constitutional violations and unlawful nature of this order. While it doesn't mean that there's been victory, it certainly shows a real heavy nod in the direction of the state's request.
What comes next?
For now, Trump's refugee and Muslim ban will remain indefinitely suspended until the federal district court can hold a hearing on the case. Donald Trump tweeted out last night that he will be seeing you in court on the case. And the question I think that we all need to ask the president is he aware that the Constitution is the ultimate authority, and that will be the measuring stick by which the courts will be reviewing his order. From AILA's viewpoint, there are clear violations of the Constitution and federal law. In the public, we are seeing real outcry against Trump's order, and Congress has been calling upon the president to reconsider what he is doing. AILA asks the public and Congress to tell Donald Trump to rescind this order as soon as possible so that our country can go back to the kind of more orderly immigration processes that we had before and restore the protections for immigrants without the kind of discriminatory behavior that his order requires.
Thanks, Greg, for joining me. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for more updates from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.